Start.
All right. Welcome, everybody, back to another edition of Chairgatin. I'm your host, Rattlesnake, coming at you live once again from Austin, Texas. Here with my co-host, Dakota. What up, Dakota?
Hey, how y'all doing? We live, baby.
Dakota, looking good, dude. I like it.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, changing up the look a little bit. All right, let's get right into it. What's up? It's Chairgatin coming at you live.
Hello, come right in. Rock, flag, and eagle.
Back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Yo, you changed your shirt. That was quick.
Dude, I had to, I just had to get in some more comfy clothes real quick. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
What's up, boy? I mean, hey, did you have a good, night last night?
I swear to God, I'll come fucking hit you.
Don't you fucking do it. Oh, man, it feels good. Let's go get them, Atlanta, whatever.
All right, I'm kicking you out of the fucking podcast.
All right, but NASCAR
For anyone wondering, for anyone that doesn't keep up with current sports other than NASCAR, the Astros decided they would be grateful enough to let another city enjoy a World Series win. So Atlanta Braves got to get that win because the Astros let them have it.
I find an acorn every now and then.
And because I'm such a good friend to all teams, I got to watch the Astros hand over the World Series to the Braves in person live in Houston, Texas. And I said, good for you, Atlanta. You shithole city. You deserve something. We all hate you.
It is a dirty, nasty city.
Yeah, Nathan commented, I'm glad you could be there to offer. He meant to say good luck, but it said hood luck. And so my reply to that was, I don't think I needed to be there to help Atlanta have any more hood luck. That was a really delayed laugh. That was a really fucking delayed laugh.
Sorry, I was retweeting. Oh man, dude.
We had a lot to cover, and
there's not a lot of time. So let's get right into it.
Also, by the way, this is our last pre-race episode for this season. Season 3 for us, season 2021 for NASCAR. This is the last pre-race episode.
Dude, this is weird. I feel like I'm like every week when we post the thing, I'm like episode 50 something. I was like, how many of these have we done? And I'm like, oh my God, this is bittersweet, man. The off season, we're gonna have to come up with some hardcore stuff.
Yeah, because the next episode, I think it'll still be season 3. I'll still call that season 3 because it'll be the recap of the championship. But then after that, I don't know. Do we just call it off season? It's not even a season. It's just random episodes.
Off season debate. I'm sure. Well,
I think that's what we'll do.
They'll be dropping paint schemes. They'll be dropping.
No, we're still gonna have a lot of episodes and shit. But yeah, I think we're just gonna call it off season, and then random things that we do. Even 20-minute episodes, we just hop on whenever there's news or something, and then
everyone know we're still breathing and still.
And then Daytona week, that'll be season 4. That's where we'll pick back up with the seasons. So yeah, this is going to be the last preview episode for a race.
I honestly don't mind the little post-race, pre-race, midweek. I know it's a little late for all our fans out there, but it's kind of like it. But then also we're so damn busy. But hell, once your season
we're so busy just going to World Series games. Yeah,
World Series, NASCAR races. I mean, babies. We're just out here.
Houses. I guess I should just announce it now. I don't know if I've ever officially announced it on here. Well, I mean, first of all, I think I did announce that my wife is pregnant. We found out it's a girl, so a little life update there. But also, I don't think I've announced this. Me and my wife have officially bought a house, so we are homeowners now, and we are moving to South Carolina.
Oh my God, 2022 is about to get very dark and dirty.
It's going to get crazy. I've been telling the audience for a while, I'm going to be going to a lot more races next season, and that was because we were planning on trying to move to South Carolina, and just South Carolina. I mean, you're surrounded by races. It's going to be crazy. So
I'm a little
that's
nervous.
probably why.
My pockets are a little nervous as well.
Oh, yeah. We already got our Airbnb for Daytona. So we are locked in.
We'll have to do like a little pre-race, like Daytona countdown or something.
Oh, big time. We're gonna go all out. I mean, we have an Airbnb. We're going all out for Daytona for sure. Don't think I've ever stayed in an Airbnb for a NASCAR race, so this is a little new for me. I either stay in like a hotel with my wife or we go camping.
I've had the worst luck with Airbnbs. Well, I've actually had some good luck, but like when they like first came out and started trying to get them, it was a nightmare. But
is that what Nathan told you?
This one's a little more legit.
Yeah, it should be good. It should be good. We'll have a lot of fun. So we'll do a lot of content from the house. Obviously, my pregnant wife will be there. Also, / camera woman. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Are the comments still messing up like they were the other week?
Yeah. So I think comments are coming in only for people on YouTube. I think.
Okay.
So. Yeah, we are not getting many comments anymore because of that. They cut off Twitter completely, which is where a lot of our comments initially were coming from. So yeah, we're having issues with comments big time. And I think not all the comments are even coming in. I think it's something to do with the system that we use here. Yeah.
Might have to look into this for future 2022.
That's true. That's true.
Dude,
another thing to look into.
Let's drop into it, dude. The paperclip. It was nuts. It definitely lived up to the hype.
It didn't just hold paper. It held my excitement.
It did everything it was supposed to do and more. It was awesome. It was a great race.
Was it a great race all the way through, you think? Or was it a stage 3 great race?
Here's the thing. Like, we were watching it over at Nathan's, and we were talking about there was good, hard racing the whole time. Like the whole race, they were racing hard. There wasn't a lot of wrecks. There wasn't a lot of chaos. Every once in a while, somebody booted somebody, but guys were like, it was like almost like they're kind of figuring it out more. Maybe it was the Gen 6 car, but like guys were running high, guys were running low, and like they weren't backing down. And it was like everybody was racing really hard and clean. But then all of a sudden, Brad Keselowski flips a switch, dumps old Dookie boy Elliott, and everybody at that point, it was like blood in the water. It was a frenzy. It was a frenzy from that point. All the damn cutoff guys were getting up front, inching closer to the lead. Truex is banging off the wall. It got spicy very
well. Quick. I think here's my issue with it was I agree. I do think it was good hard racing the entire time. I had to watch it the next day because I had my gender reveal baby shower thing on Sunday. I refused to like see who won, but I did open up Twitter like an idiot. I still didn't know who won, to be fair, but I did see there was a bunch of drama. I heard about the Kyle Busch thing, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin. I mean, I just heard there was so much drama, and so I'm watching the whole race, really just waiting for the drama, which kind of ruins it a little bit.
Like halfway, like, okay, what the hell?
Exactly. It kind of ruins it a little bit, so don't recommend doing that.
With 100 to go, it was like, oh, shit.
Right.
But, we had to get 400 laps ahead of that. And that is what it is at Martinsville.
It was still good racing. I wish I would have watched it live. I think I would have appreciated it way more. It just kind of sucks. It's almost like knowing there's some kind of twist at the end of a movie. So you watch the whole fucking movie trying to figure out the twist. And instead of just enjoy the goddamn movie, that's how I watched this race, unfortunately. But I do agree. I do think it was good hard racing the whole time. I almost want to go back and rewatch it just to enjoy the race. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's one thing too. Is people like I'll be like my Sundays revolve around NASCAR, and people are like, "Dude, just record it." And I was like, "That's not the same.
It's not the same. I can promise you that.
It's hard enough trying to stay off social media and emails and pop up alerts, and you're gonna find out. Like it's so hard to not find out. But watching the race, there's nothing like just watching it live. But man, I thought some of these non-playoff guys were sticking it to them. Like, I'm not backing down. We got a new little Austin Dillon, Ryan Blaney thing going on. What the hell is that?
Won't last. That won't last.
That's another thing. It's like, are we trying to create something out of nothing? Like,
I think we are.
I think it's two coincidental accidents, and then it just happens.
I think it sucks for Blaney. I think Austin knew it sucked for Blaney. I don't think it was on purpose. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's going to go anywhere because I think even Austin's like, yeah, dude, that sucks. Like, I wish I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And Blaney's
Blaney had a tough go of it.
He really did all day. It was,
I mean, just go through our playoff drivers. And,
I was going to say, we discussed that in the last episode. And didn't I pick him as my fourth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked Blaney as my 4th. So the whole
Unfortunately.
race, he was just struggling.
But man, yeah, he had a bad go. I mean, Penske as a whole, Joey Logano never really did much of nothing.
Brad
And Brad
K, though.
K put on his cape and drove up to the front late. I think he had one of the best cars at the end of the thing. It was a little too late. He couldn't make it happen. He was trying, but I mean, there was some Gibbs cars up there. We had, Kyle Busch showed up super late. Denny Hamlin was about to win the damn thing.
So clearly comments are working. Nathan, of course, wanting to come here just to brag. I called my final 4. All right, he did.
That's what he does.
I'll give him that. He did. Only because he wanted Martin Truex Jr. in there.
Yeah. I don't even remember who I picked last week.
You had...
I had the 18 in.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Because we all had the same, 3, and then we would rotate out the 4th at the bottom.
Of course. Golden Boy made it. Kyle Larson, of course, was already in. Hamlin, when he got dumped, I was like, oh, my God, what's the points? And, I mean, he still snaked in. And when Truex started getting his ass kicked and beating the wall and Kurt was throwing bows, I was like, oh, my God, dude, this is how he's not going to make it. And then it went down to 1 point, and it's like, dude, it's 20 to go, and they're all separated by 1 point. I was like, this just got super interesting. And then I'm so sick of it. All I seen was bitching and complaining about, oh, this is stupid. And it's like, dude, this is insane. The chaos, the pressure, the intensity of everybody having to fight for their life. I loved it. I get off on it. It's awesome.
By the way, this is not the first show in weeks.
Jeez.
It's the first show of this week. So
we missed 2 nights with our busy lives.
We got busy. We got busy lives. Okay.
World Series, man.
World Series, man. Yeah. I mean, Chase Elliott's in all day today. I don't know if you follow NASCAR on Twitter. They have been all over Chase Elliott's dick. And I think they're trying to do a rotation between different drivers. To be fair,
I wasn't going to say it, but it seemed like it was just Chase Elliott jerk off day.
I was scrolling through, and they had a couple Larson things, so I think they were trying to break it up.
Tomorrow they talk about Denny.
I think that's what they're going to do, but it just didn't look good. It looked like NASCAR being like, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if this guy won again? Don't we all want this guy to win?" And it's not a good look because everyone already thinks NASCAR is kind of
his little bottom and
so he wins. Yeah. So it wasn't a good look, honestly. It was a little weird. They were just hyping him up. What was that one tweet? It was like, just so you know, if he wins, he'll be the youngest driver ever to win back to back.
Double champ, back to back. He'll be the most prettiest, handsome boy.
Yeah.
Champ.
He'll be. He's better than Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon combined.
Yeah, it's the Chase Elliott show, and we're just living in it. Kyle Larson, it seems like they're almost he's not going to beat Chase. Denny, dude, I think Denny is
at this point. I think going
Denny
all out
is
Larson.
Angry. I think Denny. How many times we're going to sit here and watch Denny just hand this thing away?
Yep.
I think it's gonna be hard to beat Larson, but
it's the same shit we said last year. Literally, if he doesn't win, it's the exact same thing we said last year.
Yep.
Where we were like, he's so good, but when it gets down to it, he chokes. And if he does that again, I mean, to be fair, he's always kind of halfway through the season, he fell behind Larson. So it's not like he's leading, but he's putting himself in the same exact situation that he was last year.
I seen him post the thing. It was ever since the cutoff format. It was the final four, the last, it was since 2013 or 14. And Denny was in all but 2 of them. And it was
I was going to say, it's probably Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, maybe.
They kind of rotate a couple in and out. But
do you remember that 2 years ago where it literally was just for a couple years, the same guys when it would rotate one or the other?
And I was kind of dang, dude, Denny's been in there a lot. How many times is he going to have a shot at this and not do it? Can you imagine if all the times he'd been in it, he won? He'd have a lot of championships.
Yeah. I mean, he'd be a Hall of Famer if he could.
Seems
actually
nobody is talking about Truex. They barely squeezed in. I'm happy he did with that beat up car of his. Nathan is super excited. But yeah, I don't even think people are remembering he's in it. I think I would almost call him the sleeper here, but he just won at Phoenix. He's killing the 750 package this year.
He's only the sleeper because they're not talking about him, I think. And
that's the thing is I can totally see him going out and winning this thing.
Oh, he definitely could. I mean, I said that a couple episodes ago that a lot of people were picking Truex to win the championship just based on the back-to-back tracks that they have lined up and how well he can do. I think the reason they're not talking about him is for the past couple of years, people, especially on social media, have been like, we need that drama. We need that NASCAR drama, right? Yeah. We want the arguments. We want the rivalries.
Hot drama all over.
And we just want to get covered in drama. And Kyle Larson has, I wouldn't say he's had a lot of drama after his shit, but he has a huge fan base. Chase Elliott covered in drama all over his face. He loves it. And Denny Hamlin covered in drama, giving it to Chase. And Martin Truex Jr. just is not a drama guy. And I think that might be why. I think there's not a lot of talk about him now because he's not in drama.
I don't know. I think just coming out of Martinsville, if Hamlin won Martinsville and coming into this, like if he just would have never got the boot, which we still need to get to.
We're going to get there.
I think if he would have won Martinsville, he would have been coming into Phoenix just swinging past his knees, just.
I still think they wouldn't be talking about him that much. I think they would be talking about Denny Hamlin with Alex Bowman. They'd be talking
Denny
about
as the bad guy here, like, oh, Denny, he's never done it. Our Golden Boys, like,
well, yeah,
Denny
they're definitely portraying him as the bad guy right now, especially after him blocking Alex Bowman. In this last race. So that's what they're going for.
Bowman.
Yeah. If this was a boy band, Denny Hamlin would be the bad boy. Chase Elliott would be the pretty boy.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson would be the lead singer, like the head man. And then Martin Truex Jr. would be like the nice guy in the back that's like a little bit older than everybody else for some reason, but he's just like nice and none of the girls really care about him, but he's there. He's always there.
He reads books and wears glasses.
That's the boy band, and I gotta create a meme of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to like make a picture or something like the champion for coming live near you. Man, I don't know. I was really surprised how it turned into a like haymaker race at the end of Martinsville after it was just kind of like good hard racing all day and short track racing.
Fairly clean, I would say.
It was a fairly
up until
clean race.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, dude, Brad flipped the switch and everybody started freaking out. And it was a bloodbath. Everybody's throwing bows. Chase Elliott gets dumped. Loved it. Thank you, Brad. Loved it. That was awesome. I wish he would have backed it in the fence and totally KO'd the car. But I think at that point, he was like, hey, I just need to finish this thing. Never saw Chase again. Kyle Larson tried to, speed his way to victory on pit lane. I honestly was like, watch him just win this motherfucker. Like he was leading half. He was
leading, and he always says this is like his worst track, and he was leading, and that just goes to show how good he is.
Yeah, I think once he started speeding, he was like, hey, who cares? He never came back to the thing again. But man, Denny fails tech, starts dead last, and here it is. Coming to the end of the race, he's right where he needs to be. And who shows up?
I wonder how he came back so fast.
Yeah, I don't know. All, Alex Bowman just shows up at some of these. I think like Alex Bowman's the new. Where did he come from? Because here all of a sudden he gets up there and it was like, dude, Alex Bowman's in second, and then Alex Bowman's going to the lead. Like, I will give it to it. Like,
and he's the least consistent on the team. I mean, he really does underperform when you look at the team as a whole. But the dude still comes out and randomly wins races where Willie B's not. It's really weird. This is the thing
I was thinking about today is people were like, clearly Larson's the best over there at Hendrick.
Clearly.
And people were like, oh, within the 9-car and then 24. The 48's last. I was like, 48 has 4 wins.
Exactly. That's what kills that argument.
Chase have 2?
Right. It kills that argument.
The 24 has 1 win. Yeah, and I was like, Bowman may not be leading all these laps, but he's showing up when he needs to.
This is a great comment, right?
That is exactly
whoever fails tech at Phoenix, that's gonna be who wins the championship.
I mean, we can all go back to Techgate from 2020 when they just handed it to Chase Elliott.
Yep.
But yeah, I goes back to previous episodes. I think we need stiffer tech penalties. Like you fail tech, you lose your crew chief, or you fail tech and
start a lap down.
You have to take a pass through on the green.
Yeah. Something like that.
This whole start in the back doesn't even seem to be effective anymore. There's only 20 fast cars. You ever notice when these guys start in the back, it'll be like not even the end of the first stage and they're in 15th. And it's like, I mean, was this even a
Not even. I
sacrifice?
mean, depending on the track, it might be a couple of laps, and they're already in 15th. Honestly, it's really sad. It just goes to show. Now, if like RCR fails tech, they're done. Like they're not winning that race, right? It's certain teams.
You failed tech, you don't race. That would be awesome.
Right. But it's certain teams that their shit's just faster and better, and like it doesn't matter if they start in the back. They're gonna still be in contention to win the race.
Well, it's like failed tech 3 times. They're gonna start in the back. Fuck it, let them race.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What? Like, what are we talking about here?
That would be like my manager, like me stealing from the business that I work at 3 times, and the manager being like, "Well, we'll dock him a couple hours." But he's still working tomorrow.
No lunch break today.
Yeah, exactly. He's still working, but like, I mean, he just a little less hours this week.
Dude, I don't know. I think they got to do something. I'd love that to be talked about. Instead, we're talking about like, hey, would you like to see this? Like, no, I want to see stiffer penalties and consistency.
Before we discuss the finish of this race, though, should we talk about the Kyle Busch thing, or should we just let it be and just not get ourselves in trouble? Because we'll get ourselves in trouble. But I kind of want to talk about it.
I was watching. We'll go right into it. I was watching the interview. Kyle Busch, when he was in second, I was like,
here we go.
When he was in second, I was
For
like,
anyone watching live, if you want to clip this, you will get us canceled somewhere. I promise. Go.
Kyle Busch, like, just about won this race. But when he was talking shit on pit road and saying what he wanted to say, I was like, that's like, he's just keeping it real. He's just like being himself. Like, these sons of bitches say what they want, but then like they're all PG-13 or they're all PG on the microphone with the camera in their face. But I was like he was pissed, and then he was like, "I'll beat the shit out of Brad Keselowski," and I was like, "Go do it."
Yeah, like, I did like when he said that because I was like, now that was hilarious. He was like, I'll go kick his ass, but I'd end up getting fined. And then he goes to sensitivity training.
Yeah, that is ironic. But when I heard that, because we were watching on TV, I was like, ooh, I was like, Twitter's not gonna like that. And then immediately people are like, how dare he? I can't believe it. And
I can't believe you used a term that we all fucking used like 5 years ago that everyone widely used. Look, I'm not saying it's good or bad. Like, obviously, that sucks for like, or they changed the word. It's not mentally retarded anymore. It's learning disabled, I think. I looked this up because as I was like, I mean, it's still a thing. You can still say mentally retarded. Like, that's not an insult. But apparently they did change the definition to, I think, like
and Pluto's not a planet anymore,
right? So it's just, I mean, I get it. No one wants to make fun of somebody that's learning disabled or whatever they call. That's fucked up. But like we all said that shit like 5 years ago.
I sent you
and everyone on Twitter being like, everyone on Twitter
gets from the office. That's exactly how I feel the world should feel about it. But
everyone on Twitter, that's bitching about it and wants him to get canceled for it. I'm just like, shut the fuck up, because I know you used you used to call your buddies that too.
Yeah, I'm sure you've been in Call of Duty lobbies. Just shut the hell up.
Either way, it didn't just affect Kyle Busch. I think it had a bigger effect on the reaction from Matt DiBenedetto. Driverless, soon to be homeless Matt DiBenedetto.
Have you seen a picture of his house?
No.
It is like
sick?
It's like a Gotham City mansion, like the Batcave. Like, it is huge. He's got badass cars. I'm sure they're loaned to him.
I was gonna say he needs to start selling shit off quick.
He was like, I just seen a couple weeks ago. He's like, just finished my own personal gym, like badass little gym in his room. I was like, dude, you might want to start selling some of this shit to be jobless next year.
Because he could just live off the money he's already made in NASCAR for the rest of his life if he got like a modest 4-bedroom house or something,
and like a normal little
and like a nice little plot of land and just like live for the rest of your life. And you're like, you know what? Yeah, I'll race for fun.
His house is freaking huge.
See, that's
sure
stupid.
Be for sale soon. Matty D. He used to win all our hearts, and now I think he's like got a couple warrants.
At this point, he might just want to go for public enemy number 1, become the villain.
Yeah, we gotta get this guy on a ride. He's pissing everybody off.
Exactly. Like, maybe that's what he's going for. Maybe he's just like,
I don't know,
leaning into it.
Like LFR days when he's like, underfunded up there, giving it hell at Bristol. I mean, having some good runs that year. I mean, it was like, dude, the little guy that could, like, hell yeah, Matty D, go get some. Gets his big break in the 21 car, and he's like, dude, he's gonna make playoffs. He's gonna be fast. I bet he gets a win. Well, here we are, like 2.5 years later, and
he's deleting his Twitter account.
we're still hearing this pity party, woe is me, Matty D crap. I'm just like, dude, I'm over it, man. I believed in you, and you let me down. So
Yeah.
fuck off.
So for anyone listening that may not know, which I'd be surprised by, I'm pretty sure everybody knows this. Matty D essentially quote tweeted the report that Kyle Busch has to go to sensitivity training. What did he say exactly? He said like
he was
the
like
world
the whole
is
world's sensitive these days.
Yeah, he was like this whole world sensitivity training
And
nowadays
honestly, he was keeping it real, but
which
you know,
at the also I was like, you know what? That's kind of funny. Like I don't think he was joking about what Kyle said. I think he was joking about how offended everyone is by everything. I think that was kind of the joke.
Which I agree with.
Right,
but
which I agree with. I don't think he was just like, oh, mentally disabled people. Like, I think he
yeah.
was like, come on, guys, let's stop being so sensitive. And then he replied to himself saying, like, all these replies kind of prove my point.
Yeah, people
and
are
then,
like, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
I hope you burn in hell. And it's like,
Right.
how's that any better? Like, what?
My stepchild has learning disabilities.
Yeah, you
like,
motherfucker. Like,
oh no, the worst was all the moms that had children with learning disabilities saying that the R word is worse than the N word.
Yeah, I think I saw
that a lot, and I was like, dude, we are going into dangerous territory.
Yeah, this is getting
what
scary.
fucking word?
This is Jaws theme music. Like, chill the fuck out.
Yeah, like that is insane, dude. That people are actually saying that. That's insane. Because Kyle Busch in a post-race interview will say the R word, but I guarantee he would never accidentally say the N word, right? Like, there's a big difference.
We all
those
know
words.
how that road goes.
Exactly. There's a big fucking difference.
That means you win a championship the next season.
So Matty D, in response, said, fuck it. He's getting off Twitter, and then made a video that people proceeded to also rip him for because they were like, what's this have to do with the sky being blue? Blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing, though.
It's the cringy Instagram videos for me. They're scary as shit, dude.
He will crush it though on Facebook for those Twitter groups or for the NASCAR groups.
Matty D is a ticking time bomb. That dude's got some skeletons in his closet and some secrets. And I mean, if I was his girlfriend or wife, whatever, I'd like maybe sleep with one eye open.
I mean, here's the thing. When he was like, I got off Twitter because it's too toxic. Everybody just hates on everybody. That part of the video where he was explaining it, I was like, I kind of feel him, dude. Half the time I want to delete Twitter, but it helps this podcast. But deep down, I'm like, I fucking hate Twitter. Like,
well, then dude, it's like a revolving circle. It's like, I cannot stand Twitter. However, I have almost all my NASCAR friends met you through Twitter.
Exactly.
Like, there's a little silver lining of like hope for the good people, side of NASCAR Twitter. But it's like the fact that any little dumbass anime kid has one and will just go to town.
And those anime kids are the loudest, right?
Yeah.
It's like your boys aren't necessarily replying to everything, right? They're not backing you up when you get into some Twitter argument. They just see you arguing and they're like, that's funny. But the difference is those anime kids are going to comment on everything. And so you're just constantly bombarded.
Look over here.
I've finally started muting conversations on Twitter for the first time. Because I'm like, I just don't want to do it.
But I have muted several people.
Right. I don't block, but now I've started muting the threads or whatever.
Enough of that. I don't want to see anything like that.
So,
anymore.
Yeah, a lot of drama right now in NASCAR. We can't go too long without drama, thanks to NASCAR Twitter.
It's getting spicy again. But
we also had drama with the finish of the race.
We had drama on the finish line.
Yep.
Hamlin kind of he shoves Bowman up track. And then Bowman kind of gives him the bump and run, and then Bowman gives it back. And I was kind of like, don't like fuck him, fuck it. Like I wouldn't be like, hey man, sorry. I'd be like, is what it is, my boy.
It was weird. I agree. Where he went high, but I think he was more worried about Denny wrecking him. Like honestly, I think he was like, dude, fuck this. This guy's gonna wreck me.
Just bomb me.
Right.
But then he runs Denny back down. And you could tell, like, little sweetheart Alex Bowman gets in a little hot, gets in the door. Literally, it's just a little boop, and Hamlin's like, just spins out. And I was like, oh, shit. And, I mean, I was like, well, damn, this is going to be interesting because now we got to restart. And it's like it's going to be green, white, checkered. And you got 3 guys trying to race their way into the Final Four starting behind them. I was like, they're going to get rid of Bowman. But Bowman was so damn fast, like showed up late, was fast as hell. Where'd he come from? And they never could touch him. And Bowman gets to win. So Bowman's like
Bowman
coming
gets
around.
the win.
I remember hearing on Kevin's radio. He's like, oh hell, he's like the 11:48 are getting together on the front stretch, and I was like, oh shit, because it was like a lap ahead. I was like, oh shit, like what's going on? And then all of a sudden, Hamlin comes out like freaking fourth gear out of 4, and Bowman's like waving to the crowd. He comes in like, and just like parks right there, and I thought like, get out and fight, fuck it, get out and fight. But I was like,
Alex Bowman's not going to get out and fight.
I was like, Bowman's not fighting anybody.
He would never fight anybody.
He does a little 180, and then Hamlin, I thought Hamlin was going to like kill him. And Hamlin does, I was like, how cool would it be, when Hamlin hit him, if they just both started doing burnouts? I was like,
I thought that's what they were going to do, and I was like, that's actually tight. Like,
but then when they got the onboards, but Hamlin's like, fuck. And Alex Bowman's like, please stop it. No. And then I think they calmed Hamlin down because he drives off all pissed, and he gives a great interview. You ever notice Hamlin has so much Martinsville content? Every year it's Hamlin versus somebody.
Yeah.
Like
That's
short
true.
track racing. I didn't remember
that's just short track racing. Yeah.
Yeah. And now this is like every year it's Hamlin versus somebody.
Yep.
But man, it was good drama. Martinsville did not disappoint. Definitely think I want to make this a race to go to next year.
Yeah. And also, I mean, that's the best response for Alex Bowman back to Hamlin to just say, well, it's just short track racing. Because, I mean, then he loves to talk shit.
Hamlin talks shit and then like, oh, well.
That's short track racing.
Well, our buddies from Start Car Spectacle, they were at this race and they said the camping was lit. And I was like, really? Okay, well, might need to write this down, take some notes. Like, I'd like to go to this race and see what the camping's about.
Crowd looked decent. Nothing.
They said this was the biggest ticket sales since 2016.
Didn't look like it, but
it looked bigger than what I've seen the last couple of years.
Yeah, maybe. It looks decent.
The pre-race, you didn't probably see all the pre-race stuff. All the pre-race stuff, like, look, I could feel the energy on TV. Like, oh, dude, this, like, it's.
I mean, I saw the stands when the cars go by, and I can see.
It looked awesome. There was an energy and buzz before the race. It was just like, dude, hell yeah, we're cut off racing at Martinsville. This is about to be tight.
Well, did they say on TV on the broadcast it's the longest active track in NASCAR?
I don't know if they ever brought it up. I mean, us loyal fans kind of know, but
yeah. But I mean, that's cool. I mean, it's a historical track, that's like
one of the oldest tracks is having the biggest buzz of
right. That's what I'm saying. So that makes it even cooler.
Yeah.
For us to go to.
But hey, they got through our final 4 set. I don't think either one of us was right on our 4th pick.
No, apparently our annoying number 1 fan over there, Nathan, was right.
Nathan was right. He called it. We should have listened. Our bookkeeper, Nathan.
We will never listen.
Yeah. Truex snuck in. He's the 4th. I call him the dark horse of the 4. Hamlin is pissed. I think he's been kind of right there with Larson all year long. And Chase Elliott sucks. So that's about how I feel about the Final 4. I'm not surprised. I also saw a stat. I think it was Jeff Gluck or somebody saying all these 4 guys led the most laps this season.
Oh, really?
They all together, like, they're the top 4 in laps led this year.
Well, that's pretty good then. That's pretty good that's how it came out.
It's kind of okay, well, this is kind of your best 4 of the year. And I was kind of like, yeah, well, I mean, it has 4 wins, but where was Bowman when he wasn't winning,
Right. That's the thing.
He snuck up and grabbed him, but I don't think he was a dominant car all year.
Well, and that's the thing. That's where it goes back to the argument where it's like, I mean, he is the least consistent on the team. When you look at every other stat, he is the least consistent. He performs the worst on the team. But he randomly has just so many wins. It makes no fucking sense. I don't get it, honestly. That's a guy that is a risk to bet money on because if he's not winning, he's not going to do shit. And you just threw away your money.
Yeah. I mean, or he's going to win you a lot of money when he wins.
Exactly.
Never know. He's been there strike. I'm honestly curious how, Bowman might be somebody to watch out for in the future. If he could actually get it together, maybe get a little more consistency and strike off some more wins.
That's the thing. I don't know if he is because he's just he struggles with consistency because I feel like in the playoff system,
in the last 3 years, how many times did the 48 car win?
Wait, what?
In the last 3 years, how many wins did the 48 car have?
In total or in the playoffs?
Like not before this season.
I don't know how many.
I think it was like 1 since
No.
2017. That was Jimmy Johnson's last win.
Is it really 1?
I think so. Jimmy Johnson went on that terrible crusade of not winning. Remember?
Well, no, about Jimmy Johnson. Yeah,
I'm saying the 48 car hadn't won in forever.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay,
4 wins. Like
that's true. That's a good
Bowman has
point.
really revamped the 48.
Yeah,
car.
he really has. Except nobody cares.
And that's the thing.
Like, I'm sorry, Alex Bowman, but like,
Bowman just doesn't have the pizzazz for me.
He doesn't.
I like
He's
his.
such a
He can
dud.
drive. He can drive. I like he does shit off the track. He's kind of cool. He's just too nice. He's too nice for me. When he gets out,
I have seen a lot of people on Twitter, the anime kids seem to like him.
Yeah, I could see that. And I like when he gets out of the car and he's just like, I don't know, guys. I guess I kind of won. It's kind of like,
Yeah,
dude, I want you to be like, fuck yeah. I don't want my driver to get out and get on the fence and bite into a beer can and shotgun it. That's what I want my driver to do.
Yeah. I mean, we're very different than the anime kids on Twitter. I've noticed a lot of people, and I'm not saying anything by this, I'm just mentioning, if you find Alex Bowman fans on Twitter and you click on their profile, they usually have a rainbow flag in it. And I'm not sure what kind of connection there is there, but they all seem to like Alex Bowman. So I don't know. Does he have a girlfriend or like, dude, is there something there?
I don't want to get us canceled on this realm either, but if there was ever going to be a driver that came out to be a,
so that's what I'm asking, because
I could totally see it being Alex.
It seems like a lot of the rainbow flag bios really like Alex Bowman, and that's why I was like, is there just actually something there where it's like
I think there might be an underlying issue or something.
Maybe I'm just completely unaware of this other world that like Alex Bowman has a large group of diehard fans. We just don't really interact with them much.
He might.
That might be the thing. Really changed up that car. Really changed up the fan base of that car.
I just wish the numbers were yellow. But we got our final 4. Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and Ryan Blaney. It took out all of Penske. I was thinking that too. It's like the 4 guys eliminated. I was like, they just lost their whole fleet. Like Phoenix or like Penske didn't.
Damn.
Yeah. All
That's
3
true.
Penske cars eliminated. So we have a Hendricks versus Gibbs battle going into Phoenix.
Yeah. Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
That kind of fucking sucks, doesn't it?
And it's kind of like, I feel like Gibbs has been predominantly better with the 750 tracks, which is what we're racing this weekend. But Hendricks has been more dominant with road courses and mile and a halves. And
okay, let's separate the two. There's Kyle Larson, and then there's the rest of the team. Because I have full faith in Kyle Larson to get anything done that he wants to get done. So I don't even want to like combine them, because it's when we're like, oh, we've seen a lot of success at these tracks, and it's like, okay, so Kyle Larson got to win there.
Well, of course we're going to Phoenix, so I feel like all we're going to really talk about is the Final Four. Is probably all the broadcast is going to talk about.
Yeah,
it's kind of like these other guys are just on the track. So
right,
I made a post yesterday or the other day. I kind of just rated my views on the Final Four.
Okay,
and I was kind of like, all right, Kyle Larson, I'm going to call him the number 1 seed. Dominant driver of the year, regular season champion, most laps led records, kicking ass, went 3 in a row twice. Like, you're not going to not bet on Kyle Larson to win this motherfucker.
His historic season if he wins the championship.
It's a total vengeance. I'm calling it the Vengeance Tour, and I love it. And if he wins, bravo to Kyle Larson. I think he deserves it. I think it'd be awesome. Who's not going to pick him?
This is who I'm going for right now in the championship.
I think Larson will do it. All right. And if he doesn't, though, I think
so he's your 1 seed. You're saying if you almost like a bracket, he would be your 1 seed. So who's your 2 seed?
2 seed coming in, I think Denny Hamlin. I think Denny Hamlin
absolutely
is pissed off. He's had a pretty good playoffs. Had a couple runs where he was running like 7th, Texas and Kansas or whatever, won Vegas. But he started off super hot. He almost won last week. He got heated. Now Denny Hamlin's pissed off. Everybody's talking shit to him on the internet, and we'll get there. We have practice qualifying. That's going to be a huge game changer, I think.
Yeah,
I have also a bone to pick with that. But Hamlin, I think Hamlin is heated, and if he, he's good here at Phoenix too. And how many times is he going to stay this championship in the face? I don't say he's going to race dirty, but I think he's going to be bringing some heat.
Right. And he's been the first half of the season, he was number 1 in the standings. Second half of the season, he stayed number 2, right behind Kyler. So the whole time they've been 1 and 2 the whole season.
So number 3 seed. Also, if Denny Hamlin wins, good, bravo to him. First championship. I'm all about a new champion. I love that.
I wouldn't hate that.
He's long overdue. Denny Hamlin's long overdue. If he wins and Larson doesn't, I'm okay with it. Like,
isn't he like behind Junior Johnson now for like something?
I think he's got like fucking 48, 49 wins or something
with guys that don't have a championship or something crazy. Like,
yeah. So I mean, I want to see Hamlin get it done. Like, let's get the monkey off his back. It'd be great for his resume. It'd be cool. Number 3 seed, Martin Truex. He won championship in 2017. And I mean, he's won here last at Phoenix, and he's had a pretty good season. 4 wins, kind of been really good at these short tracks and 750 packages. And I mean, that's the thing is, if he beats Larson and Hamlin and Elliott, is like, damn, Truex won it. I think it's gonna be like a Truex went and stole this thing, or he got it done. And
I think people are still going to be mad about the Larson.
People are probably going to be mad. If Hamlin or Larson doesn't win, I think people are going to be mad. Well, unless it's Elliott, really. If Truex wins, I think people are going to be mad.
I disagree. I think more people will be mad if Chase gets the win. I think there's going to be a large group that's ecstatic, the Chase Elliott fans, and I think everyone else will be pissed.
Well, I think if Truex wins, it's still bravo to him. He went in there, he did what he had to do, and he got it done. That'd be cool. Awesome for the 19 team. Bring it home to Gibbs, Bass Pro, Martin Truex. Cool. Nathan will be excited. Chase Elliott. I don't really give a shit if he wins. I don't want to see him go back to back. If he does, I think
so. He's the 4 seed. You're saying
it will be a big flex. He's only got 2 wins this year on road courses. One was given to him by rain. He's kind of been hot here in the playoffs, but he's also kind of made a bunch of mistakes. However, when they fail tech and start in the rear, I think he will automatically win this race by 3 seconds. And I mean, watch out for that 9 car. What you got?
Here's my thing. I like your list. It makes perfect sense on paper, but I might put Chase Elliott as my 2 seed, jumping over Martin Truex Jr. and Denny Hamlin. First of all, I don't want Nathan to enjoy another championship. He's a fake-ass Braves fan. He's been talking shit because the Braves won, and he probably doesn't even own a fucking hat.
He's never even watched baseball.
Exactly. I mean, so anyway, I don't want to see him fucking enjoy anything. So, Truex, you're out. But I'm putting Chase up at 2 simply because NASCAR wants him to win. And I think that has a lot to do with the outcome.
I think NASCAR wants Chase. This is Chase versus Kyle and Denny and Truex.
I think at this point it's like, can NASCAR possibly stop Kyle Larson from winning this championship to hand it to Chase? But Kyle Larson's so good that he might still prevail. That's kind of where I'm at.
I want to, and that's the thing too, is I'd love to see him go head to head, 30 to go, and Kyle's running down Chase, I'd love to see Kyle just dominate this race. I don't even care.
That would be crazy.
I'd love it.
And dominated the whole thing, wasn't even close.
I think it's gonna be a little more of an exciting Phoenix race. Like, who's gonna get it? Because all these guys, I feel like all these guys could win. All 4 of these guys are gonna.
They all have a real valid reason to win. I mean, honestly, out of all of them, the worst storyline is Martin Truex Jr., which is, I think, why they're not talking about him a whole lot. Nothing against Martin Truex Jr. Seems like a really nice, cool dude. Loves racing, but it's the weakest of the storylines, right? Kyle Larson, historic season. If he gets the championship here, Denny Hamlin, the choke artist, hasn't been able to get it done. He's like tied with Junior Johnson now for the most wins without a championship. Chase Elliott, back to back, youngest person ever. Everybody loves him. All these storylines are really good, and then you get to Martin Truex Jr., older guy, kind of close to retirement. He's been here before. He's had a couple wins this season. I mean, it's just there's nothing there story wise.
Yeah, and it always seems like they're all 4 going to be like, I'm gonna go win it. But there's always like a lame duck of the 4. It seems there's always one guy who misses a setup or they don't have it, and they're just kind of 6 hanging out or something. I don't want to say I will would bet money there at some point in this race, all 4 guys will be 1, 2, 3, 4. And
I mean, if NASCAR has anything to do with it, that's definitely going to happen because they 100% let some shit slide.
I think they let the Final Four, regardless of tech. I think they let the Final Four like, hey, going through.
Do what you got to do.
Go, bring it. I don't give a shit. Go. Y'all don't care what y'all bring.
Right, because can you imagine this race ending with, I don't know, like a William Byron win or some shit, and Kyle Larson winning just off points because he finished 3rd or something? Like,
yeah, no, and that's the thing.
NASCAR would fucking hate that so
that's
much.
another thing I love, and it is weirdly coincidental how almost all these races, the Final 4 guys are in the top 5.
Oh, how did that happen?
Kind of weird, but whatever voodoo there may be. But I kind of like how it's like you got to win the fucking race to win the championship.
I know you do like that. You've been
there's people that like you that hate it. I love it.
I'm not like that at all. I've been in the middle of this argument the entire time.
I love it.
I'm usually strong on one side or the other for an argument. I'm pretty notorious for that. Just blatantly arguing things that I know nothing about. That's why I started a podcast. But for whatever reason in this argument, I kind of shift back and forth. I tend to lean more towards the playoffs because I do get a lot of enjoyment out of the races, but I understand the argument against it. You're very staunch one way. So I wouldn't say I'm on the other side. I
like the fight to the death mentality. Beat the other 3 guys, win the fucking championship. I mean, it's awesome. It's you.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Choose your own
wreck together. That would be good.
I've always said that too. It would be funny if like there's some crazy restart and they all get damaged and they're on like pit road, like come on, cutting stuff, and they're like trying.
Just whoever gets out of pit road first
on pit road and like get back out there. They're 21st, but Larson's in 25th. He's coming.
We're watching 21st.
Yeah, we're not even watching the leader of the race. We're watching the battle for 20th.
Yeah, there's like Austin Dillon battling with Bubba Wallace at the lead or something. They're like, we don't care. Like,
yeah, but whoever, like whatever, if that happened, so many people be like, this is why this championship's stupid.
100%.
It's like, dude, I remember watching them crank. And
I know, and it'd be like, what would have been better? Us knowing that Kyle Larson won the championship 5 races ago? Like, would that have been more entertaining?
Jimmy Johnson has to finish 31st or better to win the championship.
Right.
They're talking it up like Denny Hamlin was going to pass him. Like, no, what? Finish 31st or better.
He just doesn't have to wreck. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, Jimmy Johnson would just finish like 15th, and like, he's the season of champions. He's amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, you know how fucking boring the whole race was? Just them just jerking off Jimmy Johnson the whole time. It sucked, dude. It really sucks. So that's why I always don't get is the argument where people are like, dude, no, the points were better. It's like, and then I keep seeing the thing today is people were posting like, if this was Winston Cup, I'm like, dude, they started this shit like 15 years ago. Get over it. It's over.
Yeah, I think my whole thing about this has always been that going back to that system is not better, but the playoff system is also not perfect, and I think there's some adjustments that can be made.
I think it can be tweaked.
Yep. That's kind of where I've been with this whole thing.
If we were on old school point, and I'm stupid to even talk about because it doesn't exist, but it's like Hamlin would be -30 to Larson going in this race. So Larson has,
and then behind that it would be like -200.
So Larson would have to finish like 28th or better to win the championship. And people are like, yeah, that's right. And it's like, dude, that sounds fucking lame. That sounds super lame. It wasn't fun. If you didn't watch it back then, I'd tell you it wasn't fun to watch. Yeah, I mean, you probably had the guy that kicked ass all year just kick ass. But at least we have something to like. I'm tuning in because I want to see who's going to be the champion.
I will say this season, though, if it was the old school system, would have been better than normal because everyone's like, look how close the battle would have been with Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin without the playoffs.
Like and I'm like 290 points back.
Well, and I'm like, okay, I see your point. You know, it played out to be a really good season without the playoffs. But there's 2 things here. Both those drivers are still racing for the championship, so who cares? And also, this is just a really good season. What if Denny Hamlin didn't have a season like this and Kyle Larson ran away with it and the next guy back was like -200? Like, the season would have been over. Like so right, exactly. This is just a good season regardless. We've had some really good competition, and both the 2 drivers that everybody thinks deserves to be there are there. That's it.
And that's the thing is we're sitting here we can reflect next week on this amazing season we had. And it's been a really fun season. I think
It has
even
been
more
a fun
fun
season.
because we're boys. But how many times did we sit here and bitch and complain about, was that a fun race? Did that race suck? 550 sucks. Mile and a half suck.
550 does suck.
Everybody on Twitter hated the race, thought it all, and it's like, and we're sitting here talking about how amazing the season was, and it's like
the season was really good. This was a really good season. This was one of the best seasons in a while, honestly.
Yeah, I would say.
Of recent memory, I'm
Kevin
enjoying
Hart
this season.
Didn't even win. It was a great season.
Austin Dillon, my driver, didn't get a win. This was the best season in recent memory for me. I remember it was so fun.
I used to always, like last year, I'd be like, dude, this race was really good. People like, yeah, you say that because you're a Harvick fan. I'm like, it was a good fucking race. Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, it was a good race. I don't care if Kevin won.
No, I think anybody that actually knows you knows you're pretty fair about those things.
Yeah, I'm keeping it real, man.
Yep. And I'm an Austin Dillon fan, so I'm going to be unbiased because my driver never competes for anything.
Yeah,
so I have to be.
Blaney.
Right. Let's go. He's getting me back for that one time Blaney fucking went off on me on Twitter and sent his little mob to attack me.
Yeah,
my boy got him back.
People never forget.
Tagged, you're out, boy. Let's go. I talked to Austin in his fucking hauler.
Dude, that was right. You did. That was what you whispered in his ear.
Yep. You remember that? I was like, take his ass out. And he's like, you want me to take him out this race? I'm like, nah. Wait until he's racing. Getting the fucking championship and pretend it was an accident. But later, he probably told him. Man,
we're going to Phoenix. And here it is, the second year Phoenix Championship. It is what it is. Like, I feel it's going to be a better race than normal. I hope it is. But, like, people want to say Phoenix doesn't deserve a championship. It's like, well, they totally redid their whole track setup. It looks really nice. Maybe we'll go there one day. But
I would actually really like to go there. That's like one of the tracks. I think I said it in my honorable mentions for our bucket list tracks. I think it was an honorable mention for me. It wasn't a top 5. It looks like a cool place to watch a race.
It does look cool. I think this is going to be better than last year's. I think it's going to be good. And, to the best man win. We're going Phoenix racing, baby. Not to mention, we got a truck championship and Xfinity truck. Practicing qualifying is back. All right, Dakota's little nugget. We ran all this whole year with all this bullshit.
It's me eating a nugget.
All this bullshit, no practice qualifying except in a couple races we hadn't been to. We ran the whole playoffs, this whole format and points and everything with no practice qualifying. But on the last fucking race, you're going to give us practice and qualifying that factors into everything. As I'm kind of like excited as I am for practice and qualifying being back, I'm also like, why didn't we do this the last 9 weeks?
Well, what we need to do as good conspiracy theorists is figure out why this benefits Chase Elliott. And then that's why NASCAR decided. We'll figure it out. I'll think of something like some weird trail of logic that's like, this is why it benefits Chase the most this race. That's why they brought it back.
I could see that.
Yep.
But, all right. It's kind of hard to even pick against. If you're going to pick a champion, who are you picking?
I wore that shirt for a reason, dog.
I think Larson's going to do it. I'm all right. I'm kind of rooting for Denny. Like I want Larson. Like if Larson wins, I'm stoked. If Denny wins, I'm stoked. Truex wins, I'm like, okay, that's cool. And
is it because Denny kind of needs to get it done, whereas Larson, you're like, he's going to win a shit ton more championships?
I think. Well, I'm like, if Kyle wins, which I honestly think Kyle's probably going to win it, and something's going to have to stop him.
And do we walk into a future Jimmy Johnson situation?
I think if Kyle Larson wins, this is the first of many, is what I'm nervous about.
Yeah.
As much as cool as it is, like y'all tried firing me, mic drop. Is like, man, I love a good ass whooping, but damn, a dynasty is hard to watch.
Do you think that Kyle Larson is talking to Kyle Busch and giving him his like notes from sensitivity training to be like, here, these are the test answers, so you can get through sensitivity training?
Dude, I think this is a joke. It's a joke. You think he's like, yeah, I'm not doing that stupid shit. Look, Kyle, we just made that post so people would think that everything's good. Do you think they really are like, you're scheduled on the?
That's a really good question, honestly.
Like, they don't video it, they don't document it. Like, I want to see his ass in there taking notes.
That's a good point. They never show, like, they're just like, yeah, he's going to go to sensitivity training, and then they never say anything about it. I know with Kyle Larson, they were like, oh, he can come back because he completed it. But they only
Well,
said that because they
Haley
wanted.
did the same stunt, and
Yeah,
people still kiss her ass.
And they only said that Larson completed it just because they wanted him back because Hendrick wanted him. And so then I think they're like, oh, yeah, the sensitivity thing? No, he already did it.
Yeah,
he did it like a while ago.
He's been done that.
Don't worry about it.
Too, as I want every fucking motherfucker on Twitter that talked shit about Kyle Larson last year, put his name in the fucking casket, wrote him off, taught all kinds of dumbass racist shit about him. I want them to eat all their words this weekend when Kyle's doing burnouts.
When Kyle is the first Asian American to win a NASCAR championship, diversity.
Yeah. All those kids that talk shit and were like, I knew he was like this. How dare he? Fuck Kyle Larson.
Representing every Asian American out there.
And shit. I hope all those kids go to hell. I hope they suck and don't watch the race, and fuck them kids.
I still think they need to hype up that he's going to be the first Asian American to ever win.
Asian American, baby.
I don't know why they're not talking about this. They want to talk about diversity.
I hope his wife stone colds some tall boys in victory lane.
Big time.
They think it'll be.
You know what? We'll both do one if he wins, and then like send out the video on like a TikTok or something and see if she responds. That'd be funny.
That'd be hot.
This is an interesting point though. With Kyle Larson, it might not start a Jimmy Johnson level era just because we're getting the new car. But my one rebuttal to that would be it's Kyle fucking Larson, and I think he can get in any kind of car.
He's so hot right now.
He can destroy any car he's in. As long as it's decent equipment. I think that was the issue he previously had.
I think he kicks ass next year too.
No, 100%. I think he's going to get in the car and just figure it out real quick and be figured out quicker than everybody else. I think we'll see. I think the talented drivers are going to rise to the top, right? They're going to be the ones that can figure out the car the quickest.
He drives multiple cars weekly.
Exactly.
Getting in the new one's going to be a big deal.
Right. So, I think we're both picking Larson here.
Got to go Larson, boy. If he does it, he does it. My underdog, I'm going Denny Hamlin. Like if I have to pick someone else, my number 2, I'm going Denny Hamlin.
I'm going Chase Elliott just because, not because I want it to. I think NASCAR will find a way to make sure he wins. They really want.
Chase is running down Kyle, but there's running out of time. Oh my God, there's just debris. Yeah, there's debris on the backstretch.
Yeah, watch for a sniper out in the hill taking out Kyle Larson's tire.
Hey, this is the last race of the Gen 6 car. This is the last race for Ryan Newman, I'm pretty sure. Let's enjoy it. Our last race to see a Chip Ganassi car on the racetrack. 42-1. Say goodbye. Et c'est la vie. There's a lot of laughs going on here, man. I think it's going to be a little bittersweet. I'm going to try and enjoy every lap. We got all the boys coming over.
The last time we see the numbers where they are?
Ooh, wow, my. I hadn't thought of that one. Oh my God.
Just think about this is the end of this is truly the end of an era in NASCAR, like 100%. We are watching an end of a specific era in NASCAR.
Yeah.
Wasn't the best era. It might go down as maybe the worst, in fact, but it was the era that we watched. We enjoyed it, but it's truly the chapter is closed on this one.
Yeah. Oh man. So I'm gonna try to really enjoy. I'm gonna try to enjoy this whole damn race and just soak it all in.
Yep. I think everybody should just enjoy the race. Don't worry about the drama. Don't worry about anything else.
Just watch.
Stay off Twitter. I say that we'll probably be tweeting during it just because it really does help the podcast. I mean, we got to fucking do it, but just stay off Twitter. Don't worry about the drama. If you're going to be on Twitter, just follow us and we won't bitch about drama. We'll just make funny jokes about the race.
There you go. But next week's episode, we should be having a lot to talk about.
We should be having a lot to talk about.
We should drink champagne.
One last thing we got to talk about is we are brought to you by Yeats.
Dude, the meanest in the game, they've really been blowing up lately.
Are we wearing the same pair?
The same damn pair, boy.
All right, hold on. Let me switch it up. I'll just get a couple.
I noticed when I sat down, I said, we're wearing the same shades, boy. That's why they look so good.
Here we go. I'm doubled up now.
Boy, but 10% off, Chairgatin discount code. Go get your pair. I think they're having like a weekend sale this weekend or something. Also, go check them out. They got new pairs dropping like monthly. They're badass. They look cool as shit. You'll look really cool at the racetrack. Get you a pair. Also brought to you by Yeti.
10% discount code Chairgatin at yeetsofficial.com.
Yeti coolers. Get you something cold to drink. Put it in it. Discount code Chairgatin. Online web orders. I mean, we're just killing it, dude. Just wait for next year. It's going to be even bigger and better.
That's true. It will be. We're going to be doing a lot of off-season shit. It won't be as formal, kind of like this. I think we're just going to get on and shoot the
We need to
shit,
go ahead and get like
do funny stuff.
Jeopardy going.
We're
Like,
going to
let's
do
get the
that.
Round three, we'll do a winner wins a pair of Yeets.
I got a long list of shit that we're actually going to go over. We're going to be ranking a lot of things.
I'm down with that.
So it's going to be like a Mount Rushmore season for us because it's our off season. So we'll be ranking NASCAR video games, NASCAR movies,
in on the show,
NASCAR paint schemes. I mean, yeah, we'll have guests on. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun this season.
It's going to be a party. All right, boy. It's been fun. It's been real, y'all.
Peace.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Peace, y'all.